When you had the demanding job, you dreamed constantly about the slower, simpler life. Now that your life is slower and simpler, you catch yourself missing the energy and structure of the demanding job. When you were single, you wanted a relationship desperately. Comfortably in one now, some part of you occasionally misses the freedom of being single. It is not that you are ungrateful, and it is not that nothing ever actually satisfies you. It is that whatever you currently have seems to reliably lose its shine the moment you actually have it, while whatever you do not have keeps looking suspiciously appealing from a comfortable distance. Carl Jung had a real explanation for why the grass so reliably looks greener, specifically on the side you are not currently standing on. Jung believed that anything not currently being lived remains, in the imagination, entirely theoretical, and theoretical things carry a specific advantage. Real, lived things can never actually compete with. An unlived alternative gets to keep all of its best imagined qualities while conveniently avoiding every single one of its actual real downsides, since you have never actually had to live through those downsides yourself. Your current real life, by contrast, comes with the complete package: genuine benefits alongside genuine, unavoidable frustrations, and this complete package will always look less appealing next to an imagined alternative that only ever shows you its highlight reel. This explains why the specific thing you miss keeps changing depending entirely on what you currently have, since the pattern was never really about any one particular circumstance being genuinely better. It is about the structural advantage every unlived alternative automatically holds over your actual, current, fully experienced life. An advantage that has nothing to do with which specific life you happen to be comparing and everything to do with the simple fact that one is real and one is not. If you recognize this pattern in your own life, hear this clearly. Constantly missing whatever you do not currently have is not evidence that you keep making the wrong choices, and it does not mean your current life is genuinely inferior to the alternative you are imagining. It is one of the most universal and most predictable features of how comparison actually works, and understanding this can save you from chasing an endless series of greener pastures that will each, once actually reached, produce this exact same pattern all over again. Here is what actually helps. When you notice yourself longing for an unlived alternative, it helps to deliberately and honestly name its likely real downsides too, not just its imagined highlights, actually picturing the demanding job's genuine stress alongside its genuine structure, or the single life's genuine loneliness alongside its genuine freedom. This does not eliminate the longing entirely, but it corrects the unfair comparison, measuring your real, complete current life against an equally complete, equally realistic picture of the alternative, rather than against its highlight reel alone. There is a second thing worth doing, and it addresses the pattern more directly than managing any single comparison ever can. It helps to identify what specific quality you are actually missing right now: energy, freedom, structure, connection, and ask whether some real, achievable version of that specific quality could be built into your actual current life, rather than requiring you to abandon it entirely for a different life that will simply produce its own new version of this exact same longing once you actually get there. Think honestly about the life or circumstance you find yourself missing most right now, and consider naming its genuine, realistic downsides alongside its imagined highlights, rather than only comparing your real, complete life against its highlight reel. Right below the single word for the specific quality you are actually missing right now. Naming it, and finding some real, achievable way to build that quality into your actual current life, is the real and practical way this endless cycle of wanting whatever you do not have finally starts to settle. Because always wanting the life you currently do not have was never, according to Carl Jung's understanding, evidence that you keep choosing wrong. It was the predictable and universal advantage every unlived alternative holds over a real, complete life, one that vanishes the moment you actually compare like against like.